So I'm doing a series of readings for astrology signs, and these ones covering from the 1st of January to the 31st of March. So this one is for Cancer. So I'll see you after the beginning, Cancer, and then I will start this reading. See you after the intro. So welcome back. My name is Jay. I'm from Karnak Holistics, where we learn together and we grow together in the sight of God. So as I said, this reading is for Cancer, and it's from the 1st of January to the end of March, which is about the 31st. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull out a para animal card, which is going to be the kind of theme throughout the actual readings, and what you should be using to help you get through this, whether challenging or good time, to help you overcome it. The one I pulled, which came out when I was shuffling, is this, which is the dragonfly. So it says the dragonfly, and it says illusion, and it says, you know who you really are. So bear in mind what that says, and what I'll do, I'll keep referring back to this when there's certain points that need to be made. So let's just get into it. Oh, before I start, the other thing I'm going to cover relationships and career, and then other. So other covers any other situations that I may miss out of those two. So let's get into it. So I'm just shuffling the card for the base reading for the tarots. Also, before I carry on, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more up and coming videos, because what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to start uploading every 2 weeks tarot readings covering the zodiac. So every 2 weeks it's going to be based upon that. So bear in mind, and don't forget to put the notification button so you don't miss a trick. So we're going to get started. Start from the bottom. So, and again, this is for Cancer, and I'm going through the whole zodiac, so bear with me. I'm going to be all done by the 1st of January. So I'm releasing some in order of actual the zodiacs at dates kind of thing, but bear with me. It's not that I've chosen them randomly. It's just how it's falling together and falling in place. So bear with me. It will be done by the time of the 1st of January. So what I'm going to do is pull the actual cards. This is for relationships. So Cancer, hold on to your lug nuts and let's get going, shall we? I'm so looking forward to this. So let's have a look. One of my brothers is actually a Cancer, so that should be quite interesting. So the first one I'm seeing is the first one I'm seeing is the 3 of coins. Okay, 3 of coins. So 3 of coins talks to me about the power of 3. Materialistic. Look at what you're manage. You need to be mindful of what you're managing your money at the beginning of January. That's what I'm trying to get at, and say the beginning of January, you need to be mindful about your spending. Okay, don't go too over the top. Be careful of the January sales, because I'm concerned that towards the end of January or mid-January, you may be short. So be mindful about what you're spending. And then it says, be stillness. Even though you're spending, it will be, if you're mindful and you're taking care of what you're spending, you will then get what you need, and money will be coming to you, because by the state of law of attraction, when you have a state of money in your actual bank account and you see it, there's this energy inside you that you would want more, and more does appear because you see it and say, I like, for the fact is that there's money there, so you be attracting more. And how I work, obviously, when I'm doing the readings, because my guides I've been tapping into spirit, so I'm a medium, a clairvoyant, and obviously a tarot reader. They tell me certain things, and they're all teachers. So how I come across and I speak is exactly how I would say in any reading I do. So the next one is, again, as I said about be careful with your money. Don't be too over. I'm not saying don't spend, but be mindful about what you're spending your money on. And especially when it comes to relationships, because don't try and impress through though this is about relationships, don't try and impress through your wealth. Always set the bar of where you've really started, and no one be having the expectations that you will have more than what you don't really have. The other thing as well, there's one central thing. You want someone that is going to be around you. I'm focused. This is really up. For some reason, even though it's materialistic, they're talking very much about a person or people. I feel like you want someone. There is someone that you really, really, really want to be with, and they seem to be pulling away from you or pulled away from you. Actually, I don't actually see them with you, but I also feel that they're either not with you, but they're not with you, so you're not in this relationship. But I also feel like they may have left you, or you may not be together, but you either want them back or you want to be with them. Yeah, so if you never dated them before, you want to be with them. If you've dated them before, you want them back. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Though despite you want this person, Spirit is keeping them from you for a reason. So pray about it, meditate on it, and look at why you want this person back, because I'm not sure why they're there. I don't see them come rushing back to you in a actually, let me rephrase that. I do see a miracle happening. I feel if you feel it's impossible that it's happened, there's two sides of a spectrum I've got here, yeah? I feel like if they have been given no, then you're going to need a miracle to get them back, kind of thing, because I think that's it. You need to move on. If they go and they're like, well, I'm not too sure, and they want to be with you, or you like the person, you've not dated them, then the miracle is going to happen that you're going to get with them. Yeah, if that makes sense. So the miracle is necessarily that if you're together and they're really pushing away and they're really hesitant, resistant, and they don't want to be with you, you're going to need a miracle to get them back again. And sometimes you may be better off not being with them. If they're still showing willing and still showing kind of feelings, or you are single and you want a particular person, then a miracle is going to happen that you will get that person. Yeah. And this is around January. So bear that in mind. I just want to clarify that. I've also got the cups here, which shows me about being organic about your relationship. Don't try to force it. And I really feel really reluctant about talking about your relationship. I'm not sure if you're ready for a relationship just yet. I'm not saying the whole of Cancer is like this. I feel like Cancer seems to be really distant about what they want. I think they don't 100% know. I don't think you 100% know what you want out from somebody, because you don't know what you want from within, if that makes sense. So what you need to do is look at what you want within inside and communicate, be with people, be friendly with people, get to know yourself, and then you'll find out what it is that you do want with someone. If you feel you do know if you do know what you want and you are going for it, then I think you need to analyze your process of achieving this to try and be with somebody to find this love, because I feel like that it feels like you're not ready. You're really hesitant to really commit. Anyone who's in a relationship with somebody, I'm feeling that they need a bit more guidance. They should address the relationship and see and kind of like bring some pizzazz back into it. Show the partner who they really are, especially if the partner's a water sign. I'm not so worried about an earth sign, the water sign, because I feel like there's been a lot of this shift stuff happening, and I won't know until I do the water signs, and I'll see if I can relate it back to the Cancers. But anyway, so I feel like if anyone is in a relationship with a water sign, Pisces, any water sign, please have a look at your relationship, see how things are with you guys, and spend some time with them. Get to know them, especially the new year, and obviously just coming out of Christmas and the new year starting. I've also got the Princess of Wands. So the Princess of Wands speaks about being out in nature and just chill out. Go out, take these people out, be outside, be in nature with these people. I know it's cold, but I also feel you can do Netflix and chill, but I also feel you need to have some humor about it. You need to be organic. Be yourself, please. Don't try and be somebody else, because I feel like a lot of Cancer right now are trying to impress people in a relationship, and they're forgetting who they truly are. There's no way, because later on in 3-4 months down the line, you were going to go back to how you really are, and they'll be like, you're not the same person I met. So it's either they say you lied to me or that you are changing, you're fake. So Cancer, just be you, because you have so much good qualities. You are really loyal, and I know you're loyal in a relationship, but I feel like you need to give, though obviously, because Cancer is a crab. I see kind of crabby, and you snap a lot. So I feel that shows that you got passion. Yeah, it shows you got passion, and it shows that you want to be loving to people. So bear in mind that these people, that you could be quite away, but keep with that. Don't deviate. So what I just wanted to do, I wanted to just quickly go over and check what you guys are like. Yes, I just got some kind of traits to kind of like confirm with you guys, to make sure I get this 110% right. So the positive, which you're loyal, as I said before, you're loyal, protective, intuitive, and caring. So you are loving people, but I feel once you feel dishonest, you feel dishonesty there, that you flip. On the other side, you get sensitive, moody, and quite aggressive, and very suspicious about who you're with. Don't beat yourself up about yourself, and be mindful about who you are. And if you're dating a Cancer and you're watching this, right, and you like a Cancer and you're watching this is going to help you to kind of win them over, because you know what kind of personality they will be, because I feel this is a personality reading from what I'm getting from it so far, and especially when it comes to romance. So moving on, emotion. So the next one is the Nine of Cups. So Nine of Cups is showing me that there is a element as well, is that is coming to completion. Something you're striving for emotionally, you're waiting to strive and achieve it, but it seems to be just taking too long. Whatever is taking too long, I feel like you've been striving for to get through this relationship, or deal with a particular situation in a relationship, or with a person who you want to be with somebody, but it's taking too long. What you need to do, you have to have radical acceptance that whether it is right that you should be with this person, or whether it's wrong you shouldn't be with this person, because you could be wasting your time with the wrong person, right? So this is what they're trying to say, that it's coming to, even though this is about Cancer, this is saying that Cancer, you're looking to try and be with somebody that maybe you're spending too much time to try and be with them, and they've been not right with you for a certain reason, or you're with them and you need to address why these people are the way they are, because at the end of the day, it feels like they are just going through a state of change anyway. And Cancer, you, as I said, you're loyal, loving, sensitive, and you sometimes may look at this situation in the wrong light, okay? But coming up, there is going to be changes and shifts happening for you. I do feel like something's going away, and when two things go away, new things are coming in. So as the things go away, new things will be arriving. This is to do with your ambition about relationships. If there's been a state of change and you two are going through some therapy or counselling or support or something like that, you have been working through it, I feel that this is about you two linking together. This is really strange. They're really showing me about somebody or two couples, or a couple are together, and they're two Cancers. They're in a relationship. One's a Cancer and the other one's a Cancer, and it could be a male and male, a female, a male or female together. But they're just saying that there's this relationship, and this is what this bit's about. This is about you two, who are two Cancers in this relationship. It's like, I feel like you are sometimes polar opposites sometimes. When one's low, one's a bit moody. When one's moody, one's low and caring. And sometimes you feel frustrated. But at the end of the day, you're dating you. So be mindful of that. And I think I'm just here to remind both of you that you are one and the same. All right, you're not the same person and you don't have the same influences. You are not raised the same, but your characteristics are very similar. And if you look at, you should be able to understand what this other person is going through. So don't cut your nose off to spite your face. Be mindful about who you're with. This is definitely about end of January. I feel like you guys are going through this at the end of January, mid-January, end of January, getting into February. So don't just jump ship because of the way they are, because it's like you're giving up on yourself. Other point I want to talk about is about this is the Five of Cups, which talks to me about you not being open and honest with yourself. You need to, I was going to say man up, but I don't like that terminology. You need to really look at why you are not dealing with your stuff. You need to get back to grips with you. This is about February, beginning of February. It's about you being out in nature. Be out in nature. It's a new, it's a new month. And I feel things are changing to do with the planet. So I feel like you need to be out in nature. You need to look at things that are having rebirth in your life. New things are starting. And this is why they say you need to be out in nature, out in the woods. I see by the sea, but I feel because you're a crab, yeah, the sea would be good because obviously you're by the sea then. So it'd probably be good for you. But I also see you being in with a woodland area. So like forests and where there's loads of trees. But I wasn't pulled towards the sea because I think you need an earth element. You need to be around earth, because each forest and each element has an angel and has a living energy, and that energy needs to influence you. And if you are in a woodland area, or you're sitting near woods, or you're sitting near trees and stuff, that's going to help you have an imprint on your magnetic energy, because the tree's magnetic as well, and both of you are going to influence each other, and you're going to get what you need from that tree. But if you're by the sea, things are more, if I say you got to go by the sea, normally let things go with the flow, let things go with the flow. But I feel like you need to be in a earth-bound area. You need to be in a forest, near some woods, near some trees, that type of thing, out with all the greenery, that type of thing, just laying there, just taking it all in. That would help you guys, that would help you, Cancer, get through this, especially with relationships. And if you get a bit of a hard time, that sit out in nature. Even if you have a little garden, if you have a garden, sit out in the garden. Yeah, I even say don't even read, don't do anything, just listen to the elements. Yeah, just be out in nature. That would help so much with you, with all these challenges, especially with you as an individual. Moving on from there with my little speech there, moving on from there, I'm seeing the Four Cups. Again, there's a challenging time. I don't know what's going on with you guys in mid-February. I'm preparing you guys. You need to be ready. You need to be ready. I think it's going to be a bit of a rough beginning in February. I'm not going to lie to you, but you're not going to get through it. You are going to get through it. You are going to grow through it. And I say in my videos, don't go through it, grow through it. Let me remind you, don't go through it, grow through it. When you grow through it, you learn and you get exponentially get stronger and you get more wiser. So don't just let it just consume you. And this is about you going back to yourself, you worrying about your past. Generosity. So generosity, give to others. Yeah, go out and spend time with people, be out in nature. And I think that's what's going to help you get through this, is that even though you get a bit of a bad time and probably in a relationship, or you may be lonely, I feel someone's coming in, but you need to be out in nature with people. And that's where you're going to either find the answer you need or find a person that you need. But until then, it's going to be a bit of a uphill battle in a way. And I also see something's changing. There's something organically changing in you, within yourself. And I had to pull this card in. I feel you're going through a state of healing. And as you're coming through this, so I do see, by looking at the cards, especially in February, you're coming through a life change. You're growing through something. And out of that card, out of February, from beginning of February, end of January, beginning of February, as you go through February into probably around the 10th, you're growing through this, and you're becoming more self-aware and more self-expansion, so you can expand your mind, your spirit, yourself into this. Because we find sometimes when we're there, we spend so much time worrying about what other people are saying. We just stress out about nothing, which we don't need to. Moving on from there, I want to say, when you're coming to mid-February, early March, so this is about March, end of February, March, I see a positive thing shifting emotionally. You finally confronting whatever's there, and you're going to see some secrets. And if you're dealing with some secrets, or there's going to be secrets revealed to you. They keep showing me He-Man, and he used to say, I hold aloft my magic sword, and said, by the power of Grayskull. And he's talking about, he keeps these secrets from certain people. And I feel like you may be keeping some secrets, but be mindful, if you don't want them to share them with people, then be mindful that people may find out. But also, on the flip side to that, I feel you may hear some secrets that is about in your relationship, that is positive and negative, but be mindful there'll be secrets coming out. To be more specific, I feel it's more that you're dealing with a dark and a light. It is a double-edged sword. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a double-edged sword. Some of you are going to go through a positive secrets. Some of you are going to go through a negative secret. So some secrets going to be really negative for you, but either way, you're going to get through it and grow through it. Some of you is going to go through positive secrets, and you're going to grow through that, and you're going to also go through it and grow through that as well. So equally balanced. Also, I've got, again, completion around something external. Saying physical is going to physically change, which leads to it's just going to take time. Give it time for it to change. But the completion's done. The time is now. The divine time is done. I really feel with relationships, as you're going through a bit of a hard time in your relationships, because you're changing, Cancer. I feel that as you change, that you... Yeah, okay. They just showed me this card, so I'll come back to this. So I feel like as you're growing and you're changing, I feel like you're kind of... It feels like you're going through the ages of, like, from 5 to 18 or something. So you feel like within those months you're growing through age-wise. And then they're showing me this card, as I said before, which is your card throughout the reading, and it's the dragonfly. But I wasn't so much... They're saying things are going to be an illusion for these 3 months, right? So not 100% real. But what they're showing me is that you need to know who you really are. So through all this, you need to believe in yourself, and don't let people try and disgruntle you or trying to control you, because I feel that's what they're trying to do. Moving on, to end it now, okay, the relationship reading. I've got the Four of Wands, which Four of Wands talk to me about you really analysing your growth and what these last 3 months have been about, and it's leading to, because you've learned about it, and the beautiful thing is I can see it in these cards. I love you guys, Cancer. It's amazing. You actually are going to get through this. You are going to grow through this. You're not just going to go through it. All right, many cool, but it's chosen a few. But I think the majority of Cancers are going to gain a lot from the beginning of Jan to end of March. You guys are going to be so pumped, so more in control. And if you ride the storm, Cancer, it will be worth it. But I do see you doing it, the majority of you, because I see that they say to me there's an independence, but they say the majority of them are going to gain the independence that they need, not breaking up in a relationship. Because I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and we were speaking about being in a relationship, right? And also being quite independent. So that being able to have your own identity as an individual, because when we get into relationships, we have a tendency to feel like we belong to the person, and for some reason, relationships for some people is about belonging to the person. And at the end of the day, you don't belong to anybody. You know, we are with the person. Yeah, we don't belong to the person. No one belongs to anybody. You don't even belong to your mother and your father. You know, if anything, you belong to God, but you don't. And I think the only thing God said, know thyself. You belong to yourself. So you need to look at yourself and know thyself. When you know thyself, you'll be able to get through the valley. So as me and my mate was talking, we were saying about being in a relationship, but yet being independent, being able to be kind of like single. We're not saying an open relationship, like you should go off and date other people. But what we were talking about was for the fact is that you should be able to go, babe, I'm just going to go out with my mates and my friends, and she doesn't, or he doesn't get a chip on their shoulder. Like, oh, you're always out or whatever. And, you know, in reality, get the balance right. And I said a note to another friend when they a couple of years ago, it must have been about 4 years ago, and he newly got into a relationship. He was quite young. He must have been about 18 at the time. No, 17 at the time. And I said to him, he goes, I really want to be with somebody. I'm ready to settle down, because like, you're young, but you know, I settled down young. And I said, okay, fair enough. And he goes, he's family did, and he's used to being my family. So I said to him, let me give you a bit of advice, right? When you get with somebody and you are together, you should have 50-50. You should be going out together as a couple, right? And then individually going out separately with your friends and her with her friends, or, you know, in your relationship. And then when you have children, like they have children now, you should then have date nights, because you easily become parents, and then you easily become, oh, you belong to your children. Children belong to you. You don't have a life, kind of thing. That's how people view you. So I always said, at least once a month, go out on a date night, and call it date night. You know, there's this autonomy thing, I think that's the word, that if you name it, it gives the belonging and the meaning to it. So if you name it date night, it is like you're going on a date. You look forward to it, whether it's the 12th, the 11th, or the 21st, or the 25th, or the last day of the month. Give that date specifically for you two. Even if you go out for a meal, catch a movie, go out for a meal, but you need, and do not talk about the children. Do not speak about kids. Talk about yourselves. When I was with the kids' mum, we used to go out and we never spoke about the children. We did at the beginning, and then we was like, no, they're away, not with us, let's enjoy this time. We would either go like to London and catch a show, or go to the movies, or have dinner together. Do you know? But it's important that it's easy. And I learned this, and I'm instilling this to my children. The same my kids. I say to them, it's important that you do things as a couple, but you do things independently and have data. So when you have children, you go out. And my youngest son, who has my grandson, they go out together. He goes out with his mates. She goes out with her mates. They go out as a couple. And I'm so proud, because you can see the strength in it all, you know. And I think too many people in relationships, and I'm talking about these relationships, and I see this with you, Cancer, but the loyalty, that you feel like you have to be with a person, or you may feel that you may lose them, or you may feel that you don't have an identity because of this, but you do. And it's not, if your partner wants to hang out with their friends one night out of like 31 nights, I mean, you know what? Don't worry about it. It's not the end of the world. You know, if you want to go and hang out with your mates on a one night at 39 or 29 nights, the person, your partner, shouldn't have a chip on his shoulder about it. However, if you're going out to misbehave, then don't do that. It's stupid. Because I always go, you're going home and you can have sex with your partner when you go home. You don't need to go and sleep around. It's just stupid if you do. You're going out to be you. you're going to have your own identity. So for you, Cancer, what I'm seeing, the reason I spoke about this is because I see very much so, that's I think what you're going through. I see a lot of new relationships being built at the beginning of the year. And I see a lot of relationships that if there is a relationship, that you're in a relationship, I see it renewing or it getting more attention given to it. So be mindful about how important it is. And if a relationship's coming to an end, I feel that people are going to take stuff from that. As I said, you don't lose anything when you break up, you just gain things. So be mindful about that. So that is relationships. And now I'm going to speak about your career. So now I'm going to do the cards for career, and I'm just going to see what comes up with career as well. Bear in mind, I just have to remind you about your overall card, which is the Dragonfly. Bear in mind what you're going to go through, what you see, what comes out in this reading for Cancer is about the dragon. You have to take on the characteristics. You can use the characteristics, I should say, as a Dragonfly, which again is about illusions, that things are not as what they seem. But in order to go over this, you know who you really are. So let's see what comes up out of your reading. And I know it's been your relationships you were learning a lot in your relationships and stuff was coming out in that. Let's see what your career has to say here as well. So I see revelations first of all, and remember this is January to 31st of March. I see revelations coming at the beginning, something where it's being hidden is finally going to come out, and you're going to learn from it, and you're going to see it, and from that, this is going to give you the reassurance about who you are, because though despite all this to do work, you may get a promotion. I feel there's a promotion coming. I feel like something which has been really hidden and we can get quiet at work, you're going to be shown it, but this is going to give you the reassurance that everything's okay. And believe in it. Don't think it's just someone said it and it's not true. They actually mean it. There is stuff coming from that. Even though I'm talking about work, I've got the Lovers card, which is quite interesting, which for me represents that maybe you're spending I want to see what it comes out with the other. Yeah, I think you're spending too much time worrying about work. Okay, Cancer, you know this whole loyal thing? You're loyal, and as I said earlier, you are loyal, also protective and intuitive and caring, and I feel you may overdo that too much at this time, especially getting into January. And I feel if you've been through a breakup over the new year, I feel like you're going to throw yourself into your work. This isn't the answer. I don't think this is the answer. It's a distraction, but you need to deal with the breakup over the new year. You need to deal with the emotion of it, because if you don't and you're just focused on work, then it's just going to be plaguing you over and over and over again. You're going to get through it, because I see that at work you're going to be promoted. Interesting. There's a promotion somewhere for someone. There's talk of promotion because you're being so devoted to the company and to the changes. I see that because you're a jack of all trades, I see here, and you're devoted to your cause or to your company, I see a influence or from what I'm getting, a push upwards, or there's talk about promotion. So bear that in mind. If you were offered it, or if they talk about it and they said you should go for it, then go for it, because you deserve it. Obviously you should go for it if you want to go for it, but I feel it'll be good for you, because I think it's the next step to your growth. Because out of that is like, because you constantly putting yourself down about you, despite you're like when it comes to work, you seem to be the flip side to the other side. You seem to be better in your social life than opposed to at work. I'm not saying all cancers are like that, but I feel there is an element where you're stabbing yourself, and you're trying to carry things, and it's going to be just too much for you to deal with. I feel what you need to do is nurture yourself. I don't feel that this is about people coming in to help you to nurture yourself. I feel you need to nurture yourself, to love yourself, to see the goodness in yourself, and to overcome this idea that you're no good, that you're rubbish, and you're this. Cancer, let it go, please. Just let it go. All that's rubbish. You are brilliant. You are amazing. And you know that whole idea with the crabs and stuff. You literally, when you're involved in something, the crabs grabs hold, never lets go. That's you in work. And I feel like that's something you should commend yourself on, because I think sometimes you beat yourself up, like someone's done a disloyal to you. Next thing is, I don't know who this is, but I feel whether it's a male or female, there's a man, an influential man, like a father figure, either dad, grandfather, but this is work. So this feels like it's either outside work or the person at work you have affection for. So they're not just a boss, they're like a mentor to you, and they will be older. So keep that in mind, yeah? Because that person is going to come and talk to you about some news. And that news is about transformation. This is what I was telling you about your promotion. I've really been pulled more towards your boss. There's a male energy. If it's not physically male, it's a female who is kind of has that male traits, yeah? So they may have that ability to be male dominating, and again, it may be for the fact is that it could be in an industry is where it's all male dominated, so she's had to have that energy to be more male. I'm not saying she's gay. What I'm saying is that this person has the male energy, a very stern, strong. What they show me is, the teachers in the old days, when you see not the nuns, but you see the mother superior, but in a normal school, those head teachers, female head teachers, who are very much prim and proper, this is the person they're talking about. If it's a female, this is what they're talking about. But there's a male energy. They're going to help you with transformation. They're going to help you climb the ladder. But don't be lazy and not do anything. Get off your butt and work towards it as well. Don't leave it to them to just do it for you. Also a bit of disclaimer there, but T's and C's at the bottom. Be careful who you tell about this, because they could be jealous and then try and influence it. So be mindful. Okay. So with that brings, you're going to get a promotion. It's there. It feels like it's a story, because I've got 7 of coins, so there's money coming. And then because I'm seeing you sitting on coins around you, and I'm also seeing a rebirth. So the rebirth is that you get a new role, or you move into a new environment. But I do see money following that. I'm seeing more of that. You are moving up. I see more of you like a consultant role. You talk a lot, so you're delegating the workload to people, than opposed to you doing the workload. So I feel like you're moving up away from your team, but you're still a part of the team, massive part of the team. So be mindful of that, especially with the new restructuring that's going on. So I've got the Knights of Swords. So for me, this is where you need to deal with your own stuff. You think you're not worthy. Stop it. Really, honestly, stop it. Because remember I was telling you about those, your traits, and I said to you that you are loyal, protective, intuitive, and caring. Those traits are going to come through when you're working, and this is what makes you really good at what you do, because you are not one to just go and start there and then go anywhere. No, once you're in that role, because you'll be something, and I'll be very surprised if you move about a lot. They see you going and staying there, and this brings you the salvation for the company, for yourself, and for the team or people around you. So it looks really, really good. Also, I'm seeing the King of Swords. So for me, it's like this person's waiting for an answer. He's waiting for an answer. This answer's coming. It could be that when all this is happening, there's a shift in your relationship as well, because they show me a relationship shift within these changes. So don't be surprised if there's a knock-on effect to what you're doing, working, and your changes at work to your changes at home. So be mindful. But the good thing is, it's not going to leave you unbalanced. There's a lot of balance coming to you. And I'm going to see what the goddess says, which is revelation. So it brings revelation for the balance. And once you've been given information that all this stuff is happening, your promotions, your relationships go through a shift, you've got information to deal with it and to put balance to it. Don't just go, I'll throw up your hands in it and then bury your head in the sand. You need to deal with it, Cancer. Deal with it. And to use your pinchers and really lock on and move forward. I've also got you doing self-reflection, and this is towards the end of March. So you looking at reflecting and looking in the mirror, is this going to really happen? And blah, blah, blah. And you're just going, oh my gosh, I don't think you believe all this stuff is happening for you. And boom, it's there. You know, the sun just shines on you, which opens up new areas. So the sun is showing you your path each step. It's like headlights in the nighttime. When you're driving at night and you've got your headlights on, it shows you 2 meters in front of you. So you be seen, they would light your way moving forward. You're not on your own to drive in the dark with your headlights off, right? You're there being guided by the light. So be mindful of that. Also, I've got the 5 of coins, which for me is about giving and being kind to yourself. And not so much be kind to others, be kind to yourself, because I feel like you don't give yourself credit, and I said this earlier on, but look after yourself, love yourself, tell yourself you love yourself, look in the mirror and go, I love you, and really mean it. And it's not you getting crazy or being it anyway, it's you learning to love yourself. So with that, I've got Athena here, which is about knowledge. You're going to get knowledge out of it. So though Athena is with me, she's showing me this card, which is her on it, and it's talking about your knowledge from you looking in the mirror and being open and honest with yourself will put you in a creative stance to achieve a lot more in your life, than opposed to you just being, just flirting around and not doing anything and not doing much. So then I got the Queen of Swords. Again, she's got a lot of protectors around her. And you're very defensive. Interesting. Very defensive. And you're always on guard. And I think it's maybe because of the people around you after your promotion that you feel a bit more defensive and you want to look after yourself and be safe. But you know what? You'll be all right. It'll be okay. You'll be all right. Let me tell you, go back to your actual card, which I said earlier. You know who you really are. Know who you really are and shine. And therefore people won't be able to manipulate and control you. So that is the reading for the career. And on reflection, it's about you owning your own stuff, you being able to embrace it and move forward with it, and not letting other people control you and tell you what to do and where to go. Because once you do this, you can get more out of it for yourself than opposed to relying on other people. And you become, above all, you becoming a stronger, independent, more person in your life. You become more independent. And this is, I think, what's key. So I'm gonna do the other cards now. So guys, what I'm gonna do now is do the other cards, the other subject, I should say. If there's anything I missed, so it's not based around career, it's not based around relationships, but it may draw on those two. But this is about I ask them if there's anything else I need to talk about. Is there something I've missed or someone I need to share with people? As I'm shuffling, I want to see what comes through. If there's going to be any jumpers. If there's any jumpers, I can share that with you. And it's showing me to pull 4 cards. So first of all, I just want to let you know, Cancer, that I've kept the card, that card there, your dragonfly card, and I'm reading from my cards, which are these. These cards are number cards. It covers astrology, numerology, and also tarot. So first thing I want to say is, like, you're above all, though despite what I've said in the reading, okay, in this reading for both romance and relationships, should say, and career, your wishes is there. Your wishes for what you want to achieve, to get through. This is I think from what they show me, this is covering, like, also the synopsis is the best way to explain it. So because I've got the wish card here, and the wish card represents for me that, yeah, it's coming, it's time, yo, it's time. Your wishes is there, put it out there. You know, success is coming, hope is coming, you're going to be winning, things are coming clearer. You know, this card for me, when we designed it, was about wish upon a star. And we need to all of us need to teach our children and teach each other about wishing upon a star, because we rarely ever do. And we just keep complaining that we don't get anything. But also, they're saying, despite all these changes, and it goes back to the dragonfly, know thyself, and it goes, though there's new directions coming, and things may be a bit of upheaval, but I feel like there's going to be change, and there is also, at this change, will being a clean break. Something about the number 16, either 16th of January, 16th of March, or 16th of February, seems to be really significant, or 16 weeks. There's something about them talking about 16, so to be mindful of that. And when they talk about that, the bit I just mentioned about the new direction, the changes, the upheaval, and the clean breaks, Mars comes in, and Mars is the one that pushes everything forward. So if you're procrastinating, for example, about leaving work, in this scenario, I'm not saying this is you, Cancer, but if in a scenario you got Joe Blogs who is procrastinating about, should I get a new job? Oh, it's kind of easy here, and blah blah blah. Next minute, redundancies happen, and then he's one who's lost their job, right? It's that kind of scenario. If you're procrastinating about something, but you know it's right for you to do, Mars is stepping in to make sure you do it. And it's not about you losing your work. It's about you, whatever your subject is that you're not dealing with. But I do need to tell you that you're going through a door. There's a new door opening, and that's going to lead on to 2 or 3 doors. When I say doors, they're hypothetical doors, not proper doors. But they doors in life, and you're going to get stuff from it. So I feel like this human nature, you have to get back to nature, and it's a fresh start. But though things are going to seem really unknown and unsure, just watch your step. But it's going to be okay. You know, it's going to be okay. You're going to go through the door and be really highly profitable. Last thing I want to just talk about is getting that. Look at your love life. Really focus on your love life. If anything, they've spoken about your wish, to hear your wishes with your love life, to hear your wishes with happiness, to hear your wishes with reunion and love and togetherness, and they just hear your wishes for being in love again, or being in love with someone or something. So be mindful that know who you are and allow them to step in and help you. I hope that's helped. Again, I said I'm only going to do, this is for 3 months, and I'm going to be doing 2 weekly readings from the 1st of January. So I'll see you on that next reading, Cancer. And let me know how it goes. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much. Really enjoyed reading for you. And I'll see you on the next video. God bless, stay safe, and namaste.